Let me get my stress ball for this one. I had to get my stress ball. Because I'm stressed. I am. Why? Thanks for asking. Why? Because of friendlies. Friendlies. Friendlies have me stressed out, man. You know, my team, Arsenal, we have no luck with international games. We have no luck. We have no luck. It's like every time an Arsenal player goes on international duty, life goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. A gooner of that. There goes his knees. Whoa! There goes his hamstring. Let's let this one sit down for 2 months. Bro, bruh, I hate friendlies. I hate it. It's unnecessary. At this point in the season, I shouldn't say unnecessary because I get it. World Cup's coming up. You need these guys to play games together so they can gel. They're not all on the same team. You need symmetry, but your symmetry near the end of the season when we're fighting for a trophy. Not matter of fact, not a trophy, the trophy. Your friendlies don't like him. Don't like him. And so said, so done. Who was one of the first players to get injured? An Arsenal player. Nani Madueke. Fighting for his spot on the England team. I get it. But bruh, your spot on the Arsenal team is more important right now. And there goes, playing against Uruguay, who for some reason thought that game was the finals of the World Cup. They were just in dreamland, like, we're in the finals, because they're playing like their life depended on it. They were running into the English players like a truck running into a brick wall, celebrating the one goal that made them draw the game. It's crazy. It's almost like they had an agenda. Football conspiracy. They're after us. I'm sick of it. Sick of friendlies. As a matter of fact, I'm glad that those teams decided to call their players back from England. 8 players left from a 35-man squad, experimental squad, by the way, because my boy couldn't make up his mind on who he wanted. You know what I mean? He just didn't know who he wanted. So he was like, let me just take 35 of y'all. Y'all just fight it out. Couldn't make up his mind. And there goes our Madueke in a brace. After they said it was a concussion, this man's hopping, wobbling in a brace. Now I'm hoping these 2 weeks he has off, he recuperates, and it's nothing big. We don't need him against Southampton. He can sit his ass down and recuperate in that FA Cup game. You know? We don't need them to beat Southampton. So I hope he recuperates. Declan went home. Noni went home. I think, I'm not sure about Ben White. I know Foden from City went home. A bunch of them. 8 players in total went home. And I'm happy for that. Take your players back. Finish the season strong. And let's move on. Then we can think about World Cup. Once again, I understand. It's the biggest sporting stage in the world. You know what I mean? The World Cup. Bigger than the Olympics, my biased opinion. Bigger than any Super Bowl or NBA championship, NBA playoffs. Bigger than all of it. The biggest sporting event in the world. I get it. Players want to fight for their spot. Teams want to make sure they are prepped and ready to try to win it. But I don't care. You know what's big to me right now for the next 8 weeks? What's big to me right now is the Premier League trophy. That's what I care about. And that's what those guys should care about. So take your ass home, get your rest, and let's get back on the mission. Hate friendlies, man. I just hate it. This time of the year, it is pointless. I don't know if you have a different opinion, but my opinion is, if you belong to a team that's not only in the top 4 fighting for Champions League spot, but you're in the teams that are in the top 2 fighting to win the Premier League, you get a free pass. Stay home. Stay home. Rest. Relax. cock your foot up, relax, and wait until the international break is over. Like, at this point, these games were very costly. Because not only Madueke, I had to speak about him because he's Arsenal, but Rafinha. They showed a list of how many games Rafinha is going to miss. Madness. Mind you, I think Arsenal has a chance of meeting them in the semis. So, hey, you know what I mean? But if I was a neutral, it's crazy. It's one of their most important players. And he's basically out for what, how many games are left in the season? Man's done so. I don't like it. They should have never done it. These guys play a crazy amount of games. A wild amount of games. And now you're trying to squeeze in two more? For what? Don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. Q FIFA. Don't like it. But that's my take on that. Stress. And in the video, let's talk about some transfer rumors. What do we got? We have, I can never say this guy's name. Kavraskelia. I think I got it here. I can never say it. Anyways, him, PSG, superstar, left wing. Apparently, Arsenal wants to strongly go after him. They want to tempt PSG. But PSG is adamant that he's way too important. And we can see why. The man's a monster. He's scary. You know, if you're playing against him. Arsenal really wants him. And we can tell why. Our left wing is it's one of our weaker spots. You know, love Martinelli because he can surprise you off the bench. I think he's more of a super sub than a starter. You know, prove me wrong. So I know they want to strengthen that side. So they're looking at him. PSG have already said no money in the world can take him away. But we've heard teams say that before, right? But when they sit in that deal room and promises are made, anything's possible. And I would want him on our team. I definitely would. He's a great player. 25 years old, strong potential, man. I would definitely want him in the team. I know they're also looking at Rafael Leao, AC Milan player. Apparently, they're willing to go after him strongly too. I'm assuming he'd be their number 2 option. Because the PSG winger would be my number 1. But if PSG strongly doesn't want to let him go, I can understand them going after Rafael. And, you know, I don't mind. He's an exciting player. I don't know about his input. I haven't watched the Italian league that much this year. It's been too tense, man. The Premier League has been too tense. I can't even focus on the other leagues. You know, Arsenal. Anyways. Yeah, I know they want him and they're willing to put money on the table to snatch him from AC Milan. Hey, I know when I do see him play, he's exciting. But I don't know his output. You know, and that's one of our biggest things with the wings this season. You know, it hasn't been productive. You know, they can hold the ball, our wingers, Saka, Martinelli, Trossard. They can move the ball, but it's the output, man. The assists, the crosses into the box, you know, they've been lacking. So hopefully, if we get Rafael, he's one of those guys that can make things happen. I know Arteta is really good at building up young players. Well, if we're going to talk about a left winger coming in, I think Trossard leaves because I feel Arteta has a soft spot for Martinelli. But if I was to choose, I'd rather sell Martinelli, man. He'd have a better price point because of his potential. He has a longer time, you know, a longer playing time left in him. So teams would want to snatch him up. He can be clutch, so his price tag would be nice. I can see him going for the price for wingers nowadays. Elanga went for 50 mil. We took Madueke for around the same price. Martinelli can definitely go for 50 mil. If he goes, I'm calling it. I think he'd go around between 50 to 70. It's crazy the prices for wingers now, and there ain't even a lot of great wingers out there. But anyways, I can see that happening. I would keep Trossard. I think Trossard is like 30 years old now. And a lot of people be like, well, we do want to keep a 30-year-old. Well, he has the experience and he is Mr. Clutch. He's technical. I honestly like him starting games over Martinelli because he just does more with the ball. Martinelli likes to run around, man. He runs around. Trossard looks up and wants to do something with that ball. I'd rather keep Trossard and Martinelli can go. Wish him the best, but he can go. So if we're looking for a left winger this aggressively between PSG and AC Milan, I think Martinelli leaves. Obviously, Jesus is gone. Even coming back from injury, he's not on the top of Arteta's list. So he's gone. He's definitely gone. I know that Arsenal also wants Anthony Gordon. See, they're going for that left wing, man. They see the weakness, they see the imbalance. We're not gonna play Gordon as no false nine or striker. He's gonna go where he belongs. If we get him, he goes on that wing. He's a good winger. I think he's an exciting winger. With the ball, I think his ball handling is nice. His dribbling is good. He's definitely influential for Newcastle, which is why they find some way somehow to play him in every game. So he would be great as well. Would he be my number one choice for wingers? I mean, he's Premier League proven, so that's not bad, And like we all know, when they come from overseas, man, if you're not used to the Premier League, you get bullied, you get beaten up. So a Premier League proven winger should be on the top of the list. But I don't know if I'm like that impressed by Gordon. But hey, if he's the only option, I definitely would take him because he would improve the left wing by far compared to what we have right now. I know Arsenal also want Tonali. They want Tonali. And I think that is because Declan and or Zubimendi, Zubimendi, they need a replacement. They need replacements, man. Zubimendi started the season so strong, but you could tell that man is tired. Declan's a goddamn workhorse. That man's a train, bro. That man looks like he could play 2 games back to back and just walk around still, just sweating, tossing his hair. But Zubimendi needs a break. That man's coming from La Liga to the boxing ring that is the Premier League, and he's like, whoa. You know what I mean? He needs a break. So Tonali would be great for that. Tonali's technical, he's smart, and Premier League proven. So he would be a good backup for them. I also think Norgard is a good backup. I wish Arteta would use him more, but hey, whatever. Yeah, so Tonali would be a good backup. Oh yeah, Ben White seems like he's going to leave at the end of the season. He didn't get much playing time. He just recently became fit and he was featuring again, especially since Timber has been injured. But I can see Arsenal getting someone who can be a backup for Timber, maybe someone younger, you know what I mean, more in their prime. And I think Ben White leaves. Yeah, I feel it. You can feel it when a player's near the end at a certain team, and I think Ben White's there. Love him as a player. I still call him Saka's Robin because when they're on form, they're nice, man. When they're both on form, they're nice. So we're gonna miss that. And since he came from Brighton, he's been amazing for us. He's been one of my favorite players at Arsenal since he came. So I'll miss him, but if we're gonna get a replacement so we can make the team better, he can go. Miles Lewis Skelly definitely fallen out of favor. Honestly, because he's not consistent. It's obvious he's not consistent, but he's fallen out of favor with Arteta. That is obvious. When that man plays left back, it's just it's shaky. Over there is just rocky and there's holes everywhere. a good right winger will beat him any day. Any day, man. Like, he gets beaten so often, it makes me scared when he's on the when he's playing left back. When he moves forward, though, great. When he moves forward, it is great. But when he has to run back and defend, my word, that man has me nervous. I know a lot of Arsenal fans will hate that he leave because he's homegrown, but we gotta sell players, man. It's a business, you know. And he's liked by a lot of clubs. A lot of people like him, so I think clubs will take him up, knowing that they can develop him however they want. And I think when another club takes him up, they're gonna move him to the midfield. Just looks like that's where he really belongs. Similar to how Saka originally started out left back and then made his way up and then over to the right wing. So yeah, that will happen. And who else do I have? I think that's it. I think that is it. That's all we have for now. That's all I've known about. Is there anybody else? No. But yeah, those will leave. And you know what? I wouldn't be mad about it. If Martinelli goes, if Ben White goes, if Miles leave, and we take back Enwaneri, because I think he has something special. You know what I mean? It needs developing, similar to how Saliba was sent out like 2 or 3 seasons back to back for loans, and then he came back a monster. I think that's what Enwaneri needs. He needs the game time in a softer league where he can develop those skills and then come back ready. But that's it for now. That's all the rumors I have. Put in the comments, what do you think about friendlies? I hope you hate it as much as I do. And tell me what you think about the transfer rumors. Would you want Martinelli to go? Or would you want Trossard to go? How do you feel about Miles Lewis-Skelly going? Oh, by the way, it's Manchester United who's apparently front runners to try to take him. Don't want that. Listen, Manchester United fans might not want it because you'd be giving us money to strengthen our team by taking a guy that we don't want. Hey, you know what I mean? But I don't want him over there either. I'm not a big fan of Manchester United because I have some friends and family who are United fans and they're cocky. So no. And then watch him go over there and become some superstar. But anyways, I know Manchester United really wants Miles Lewis-Skelly. So yeah, tell me how you feel about that. I'm gonna just be here squeezing my stress ball over these goddamn friendlies.